Which I will be making a friendship card using the new Greeting Farm stamp set Fun Anya. So I just stamped her out on Georgia Pacific 110-pound white cardstock and stamped her in Memento Tuxedo black ink, and I'm just coloring her with my spectrum markers. And for her skin, I use FS1, TN2, and TN3, and CR3. And I really like the spectrums. I feel like they're a good alternative to Copics as far as they are a little less expensive. So if you're just starting out coloring or your budget doesn't really allow for the Copics, I do feel like this is a good alternative. And so I just am blending out her skin here to give her kind of a shadow along her hairline and where her clothes are. And then for her hair, I use GB10, GB8, GB7, and GB1. And I do feel like hair is my biggest weakness. I keep practicing, I keep trying, but I still haven't found a technique that I'm 100% satisfied with yet. So I am just experimenting. And here I go from GB10 to GB7, and then I go back to GB8, which I know usually you either go lightest to dark and back or darkest to light, but here I'm just mixing it up, just experimenting a little, having fun. And then once I am through with the GB8, I will go back in with my GB1 and just try to blend all the colors out a little bit, kind of give it a more smoother look in between the colors fading into each other. So for her shorts, I used GT1, GT2, and GT3, but I did go darkest to light. Again, this is just me experimenting. Sometimes I'll put the lightest color on first and then go my darkest, my mid, and my light again. You know, sometimes I reverse it. Sometimes I just start out with the dark and then go mid-tone and then go lightest. It just depends on my mood. And then for the pink, I used BP1, BP2, and BP3. And then off camera, I fussy cut her out. And this stamp set comes with a fun little lollipop image. So this is just the Georgia Pacific cardstock again. This is the cutout with the Avery Elle largest rectangle die from the Wonky stitched rectangles. And I am just taking all different kinds and colors of ink and stamping the little lollipop on there to make my own background. And I used Distress ink, Close to My Heart ink, Stampin' Up ink, and Simon Says Stamp ink, because that's just what I had available and sitting there and handy. For the card base, I am using the Georgia Pacific White 110-pound cardstock, and I just score that halfway down the middle to make a top folding card, so 5.5 by 4.25. And then I also take some purple basil cardstock that is from Tuesday Morning, and I cut it just 1/4 of an inch smaller than the card base, so it's just 1/4 of an inch bigger than my lollipop background. And then I just layer it up. And here I use the My Sentiments Exactly Friendships, Innies, and Outies stamp set. And I use the stamp that says to my friend, and I just ink that up with the Stampin' Up Wisteria Wonder ink, and then I take my Stampin' Up 2-inch circle punch and punch that out. And then just to add a little bit more color, I just kind of rub the sides against that same purple ink. And then I just glue everything down with my Tombow glue. And I really like using a liquid glue because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room to kind of move stuff around and even it out before it dries, because I can never get my layers even the first time I lay them down. I always need to wiggle and move them around a little bit. And then I decided to add a few pink enamel dots just to add a little bit of embellishments and scatter them here and there and cover up a couple of boo-boos I noticed when stamping my lollipops. Some of the images didn't stamp clearly, but there are no mistakes, just embellishment opportunities. And then I also take another sentiment from that My Sentiments Exactly stamp set and ink it up in the Simon Says Stamp Green ink, and it says friends are special treasures of the heart, and then add a couple pink lollipops. So that is my friendship card. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.